Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kat. I got some really exciting news for you guys. I just took a bath and while I was underwater enjoying my solitude, I call that my isolation tank, I realized that I'm like 99% sure that my tinnitus is gone. Isn't that frigging exciting? I've had this tinnitus bothering me since like October the 30th was the first time I think I realized that I was starting to get like that buzzing in my ear. I went back in my videos and I was supposed to be making a birthday cake for my daughter for her birthday and realized that I was like vertical on my bed, unable to get up because my head was just like a fog. So I don't know if it's like new antidepressants that my doctor put me on that's helping, or if it is because my COVID went away. It was because I'm not sick with COVID anymore. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I'll take it with gratitude. I like prayed to the universe and to like Mother of Mary and Jesus and Joseph and all those people. I prayed to them all and asked them to take away whatever it was that was ailing me. If only it would take away like my OCD and my manic depressive state and and my addictive personality. If it could take away all those things, I would just be like cruising along in my life, but I still have a chemical imbalance. Regardless, I feel way better. Way better. I don't know if maybe I was sick with COVID a lot longer than what I had originally thought, because I tested myself like, I think in January I tested myself and it came back negative then, but I'm not entirely sure if the test was tested correctly. It was like one of those antigen tests, the rapid kits that you get from school or from home or whatever. And until I read the directions and realized that you have to like scoop up there and then plug your nose and scoop up there some more and then go to the second nostril and scoop up there some more. Until I did that, that was when I tested positive for like, I only tested positive with the tests for like 3 days. And then after that, I started testing negative. So I really don't know how long I was actually sick before I tested myself again. So I could have very well been sick, who knows, a lot longer than what I had originally thought. Today's 10 days though that I was like isolated or quarantined or whatever you want to call that. But I was only really sick for probably 5 of those days. And I wasn't like as sick as some people could be, you know, like if I would have passed that on to my mom, she probably wouldn't have made it because she has like COPD and asthma, like bronchial asthma, and her lungs are just really, really bad. And before I tested negative, I stopped smoking cannabis, like the true flower and the the other things like the vape pens, and I was taking edibles, and I I stopped doing that. I think it's like 14 days or something like that that I'm THC completely free, which is like, I'm not asking for a medal. I would like, but I've been a long time cannabis smoker, like long time. I've been smoking, I started smoking cigarettes when I was like 12 or 13, and I probably started smoking weed when I was like 16, 15, 16. I don't know. I know when I was 15, I was drinking because I was SA'd by my first cousin and his best friend. Yeah. People, eh? So, I know that I've been drinking for a really long time. I'm completely sober now, other than my maintenance program, which you can come for me all you want. I don't really give a shit what anybody says or their opinions. So I feel a lot better. I still have like that like tickle in my throat, and I still can't taste anything or smell anything, which is really frigging weird when you eat hot things or you drink like your favorite drink and there's absolutely no flavor to it. It's just like, okay. So it's been, like I said, 10 days, and I made my daughter leave the house for those 10 days. I think she's coming back tonight or tomorrow morning. It's going to be so freaking weird to have her back now that I've been alone for like 2 weeks. I haven't been by myself for 2 weeks in 20 years. Fact. Like, true fact. The longest I don't even know. The last time I was alone for any extended time without my kids, they were like gone to summer camp, and I always had people over during those times. So I don't even remember the last time I've been alone for 2 weeks. Completely alone. And it's been fucking fantastic. And maybe that's why I don't have tinnitus anymore. My brain was like, I say like and a lot, sorry. My brain was given the opportunity to have just silence, and it's been great. Now, don't get me wrong, because I miss my daughter immensely. And I'm French. I talk with my hands a lot. Sorry. So it's going to be really nice to have her back. But at the same time, it's been like not having to like make her food or clean up after the mess. Make the food. Clean up after the mess. It's been nice. But I am definitely not... I just had a bath. It felt so freaking fantastic. I'm definitely not rushing her out of the house. Like, she can stay with me until she's ready to leave. I think that the more successful kids are the kids that have the opportunity to become adjusted to life and to get their life established first, you know, get a job, get some money in the bank without just pushing them away, you know. So many parents can't wait for their children to grow up and be gone from their house, and then when their kids are gone, they're like, oh my God, do I ever miss my kids? I wish I would have hung on to those moments. So I never forced my kids to grow up really fast. My motto was always like, you're only a kid for 18 years. I know in the States it's 21 years. But I was like, you're only a kid for 18 years and you're an adult for like sometimes 70, 80, 90, 115, 50 years. So I was never one to be like, hurry up and grow up and get out and find your own life and get on to living so I can go back to living. Nope, not me. I wanted to hold on to those childhood moments for as long as I possibly could, because adulthood comes regardless if you want it to or not. Sometimes it comes a lot quicker for some of us. Like I was forced to grow up really fast. I didn't really have a very good authoritative figure to look up to, or addiction and drinking and all that stuff is really prevalent in my family. A lot of people in my family are addicts, even if they don't want to admit that to themselves. Addiction runs far and deep into the veins of our family. So I never really wanted to push that onto my family or my children, but it runs in the family, so there's not really too much you can do about that unless you break the cycle by not having children. And when you're not really given the greatest upbringing, I find that you're more willing to want to have children and raise them a different way than the way that you were raised, if God will have it. Because sometimes the cycle just runs on and on and on and on and on. But I tried my frigging hardest. I never brought weird men, or I tried not to bring weird men into my children's lives. Although I am an attraction for some freaky fucking weird men, let me tell ya. I was hanging out with this guy. I don't really like to call it dating. I was hanging out with this guy, and little did I know, he was going upstairs. Oh, I'm going to the bathroom. And I went up to check one time, and he was like sitting there talking to my 16-year-old daughter. Like, I don't know if he was hitting on her or what he was doing. And I had that whenever I was younger as well. Like, guys would say, oh, if only you weren't 18, or I can't wait until you turn 18. Like, that is the creepiest thing that a guy or girl could put on to a boy or a girl. Like, it's grooming. If you don't know, like, the tactics of a groomer, that's like a total groomer tactic. And after she turned 18 or 19, he somehow found the opportunity to reel her in and start questing her out. Like, tried grooming her some more by offering her drugs and bad drugs, and I think it worked for a minute. And I fucking hate that guy to this day. Like, he is an absolute horrid piece of shit. It's so funny that people who don't have that experience can't see a groomer for what he is. Like, I find that just so sad. And there's so many guys out there, and women. There are women grooming pieces of shit as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm using some CeraPhe. So I chose, after that happened, was when I started dating the guy who was an old friend of mine, who ended up injecting me with heroin as I slept and got me addicted and caused so many frigging problems in my life. But he didn't win. I'm still alive and he's dead, so I always seem to bounce back regardless of my mental health. My mental health never bounces back. I do have good days, though, and I take those good days and try to bottle them up for keepsake and safekeeping. Because if you don't have bad days, how in the hell are you ever going to know what a good day is? So I cherish those good days that I have. But after that guy, I've been single. I've been single now for, I think that this February, March, has been 8 years that I've been single now. And it's not for like, because I can't find a man. I'm sure that I could turn on my computer or go to the local pub, bar, and find some disgusting creature. But I'm not into that at all. I'd rather stay single for the rest of my life than to put myself out there again like that, because you never know what you're going to get. One of my favorite sayings is, behind every person you think you know is a completely different person that you know nothing about. And that's even true with myself. Like, I have quite a few different personalities. I don't know if they're alters. I like to think that I'm in control all the time, even though I know I'm not. Ouch. Even though I know I'm not. But I don't wake up in like back alleys or anything anymore. I used to when I drank and got high, but I don't anymore. I've been sober. Well, I guess I should sit down where you guys can see me. I've been sober for as long as I've been single. I don't want to be codependent on everybody. Like, I'm super fiercely independent. I think I get that from my mom. Because one of the reasons why is because if I'm miserable, I want to be miserable by myself. I don't want to put that negativity off onto anybody else. And I want to be responsible for my own misery. I want to be responsible for my own happiness. I think the worst thing about being single is not having somebody to share in the good times with and the bad times. It's always nice to have somebody bear the load with. And the other worst thing about not being single, or the worst thing about being single, is not having somebody to help bear the load. You know, help do the dishes, help with the cooking and the cleaning, and just, I guess, just mediocre things, because everything else I can take care of myself. I think it's because I've had to. I just think it's because I've had to. I've never felt confidence in anybody that they could take care of me. And it's not because I'm high maintenance. I'm actually like super low maintenance. But I just don't have the faith in anybody like that. And I really honestly don't think that I've ever experienced true, genuine love and affection from somebody in like a relationship like that. So I don't think I've ever experienced genuine love without there being like attachments to it. I find that everybody always has an agenda of something or another. You get with somebody and they say that they love you, and then all of a sudden they just start trying to control you and change you and make you into the person they want you to be rather than the person who you are. So it's not who I want to be. I'm quite happy being all by myself for the most part. I guess that's where friends are supposed to come in, but every single friend I've had has always like stabbed me in the face, not the back, the face. Like slept with my boyfriend or talked shit about me behind my back. Just stupid shit like that. And I'm not into that sort of thing. I'd rather just stay in my own court, mind my own business, entertain my own damn self. Until you can do that, life is pretty meaningless. I found that out. After being by myself for so long, I find that life has more meaning when you can entertain yourself, laugh at your own stupidity, and just be comfortable in the skin that you have and in the life that you're given. Just accept life for what it is. We all do one thing successfully, and that's end our existence. So I think I bored you enough with my shit talk. And I will let you go with my 2007-esque blogs that nobody ever listens to. My fucking tinnitus is gone. I'm sure of it. I'm sure my tinnitus is gone. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Okay, this is Kathy signing off. Love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. If you're a hater, you know what to do. Send this video to your hater. And that's 2 minutes of their life, well, probably 2 seconds, that they'll never get back. Love you guys, and I'll see ya in my next video. Bye. Bye. Bye.